Mahamane Ousmane is a Nigerian politician. He was the first democratically elected and fourth president of Niger, serving from the 16th of April 1993 until he was deposed in a military coup d'état on the 27th of January 1996. He has continued to run for president in each election since his ousting. And he was president of the National Assembly from December 1999 to May 2009. Since April 2020, he is the president of the Democratic and Republican Renewal, a major political party that is currently in opposition. RDR Chanji formed an alliance with Ousmane's other political vehicle, MNRD Hankari, on the 16th of December 2018. Ousmane, the candidate of the CDs, ran for president in the election held on the 27th of February 1993. He received second place, with 26.59% of the vote, behind Tanja Mamadou of the National Movement for the Development of Society. However, with the backing of a coalition of parties known as the Alliance of the Forces of Change, Ousmane won the presidency in the second round, held on March 27, taking 54.42%. During the second part of Ousmane's term, the AFC, which included Ousmane's party, held a parliamentary majority. In September 1993, however, Ousmane issued a decree that reduced the powers of the Prime Minister. The resignation of Prime Minister Mamadou Issoufou soon followed, along with the withdrawal of his party, the Nigerian Party for Democracy and Socialism, from the governing coalition. This left the coalition without a parliamentary majority. Despite this, Ousmane appointed his CD's ally Soli Abdoulaye as Prime Minister. But the parliament quickly passed a vote of no confidence against Abdoulaye. Consequently, new parliamentary elections were called for January 1995. These elections resulted in a victory for the opposition, composed of a new alliance between the MNSD and the PNDS, and forced cohabitation between Ousmane and a government headed by MNSD Prime Minister Hama Amadou. This resulted in sharp rivalry and government deadlock. Beginning in April, Ousmane refused to attend meetings of the Council of Ministers although he was constitutionally required to do so, and in July Amadou replaced the heads of state-owned companies, a move which Ousmane wanted to be reversed. Amadou also tried to assume the presidential role with regard to the Council of Ministers. Tensions continued to escalate, and Ousmane made clear his intention to dissolve the parliament and call new elections after the passing of 1 year. On the 27th of January 1996, Ibrahim Beye Manasra seized power in a military coup. Pointing to the disordered political situation as justification, Ousmane was arrested and held at a military barracks for 5 days. He was then placed under house arrest until the 24th of April as were Amadou and Issoufou. In February, Ousmane was put on television, along with Amadou and Issoufou, to express the view that flaws in the operation of the political system were the cause of the coup, and to call for changes in the system. Ousmane received second place, with 19.75% of the vote, in the July 7–8, 1996 presidential election, which was won by Manasra. On the second day of polling he was again placed under house arrest and was freed after 2 weeks. Following a pro-democracy demonstration on January 11, 1997, Ousmane was arrested along with Tanja and Issoufou and held until January 23. Ousmane took third place, with 22.51% of the vote, in the October 1999 presidential election, which occurred after the assassination of Manasra. He placed slightly behind second-place finisher Issoufou and therefore did not participate in the runoff held in November. Ousmane gave his support to Tanja, and Tanja defeated Issoufou to win the second round. The November 1999 parliamentary election gave a majority to an alliance of Tanja's MNSD and Ousmane's CDs. Ousmane was elected to the National Assembly from Zinder constituency, and on December 29, 1999, he was elected President of the National Assembly. Ousmane was elected as the President of the Interparliamentary Committee of the West African Economic and Monetary Union on the 9th of March 2003. At its 12th session, and he was re-elected to that post at the 13th session in March 2004. He was also elected as the president of the Committee on the Human Rights of Parliamentarians of the Inter-Parliamentary Union on January 15, 2004. Ousmane was again chosen as the CD's presidential candidate at the party's 5th Extraordinary Congress, held on the 18th of September 2004. He took third place in the November 2004 presidential election, receiving 17.4% of the vote. Following the December 2004 parliamentary election, Ousmane was re-elected President of the National Assembly on December 16. On the 14th of November 2006, Ousmane was elected as Speaker of the Economic Community of West African States Parliament, defeating another Nigerian politician, Mumoni Adamau Jamaikoi, by a vote of 58 to 37. He was to lead the regional parliament's second legislature through a 4-year transition period, which was set to end